called me. He said that Atlantis and them, Atlantis have them in your house. He said they're either in your garage or in your car. But then I said they could be in your car. Because she needed it.
So who's a friend by your feet?
Go right.
And then what?
This is where she sits.
Okay.
Yeah, she loves it. Yeah, that's what she tries to leave.
Because my biggest pain about it is the weekly news.
Yes, yours and
I'm trying to great equipment for them. And they won't bring their own. So I'm just going to email them and say, bring their own. I'll videotape that one too. That's what it's
Yeah, well, just Maybe if she really wants to try one out. We're going now.
Good evening to one and all, and welcome to Wilson Park in this summer's Ludington Guard Band Concert Series. My name is Jim Woodford. Would you please welcome the Ludington Guard Band. Thank you very much. It's a beautiful evening. We've got some wonderful music and a few surprises for you tonight. So let's get right to it. So please stand if you are able for our national anthem. There we go. Thank you very much. Tonight's flag raising was performed by Boy Scout Troop 23. Let's give them a nice round of applause for raising our flag. Nice job, ladies. All right, our first selection is the Rifle Regiment. It's the Sousa March. We hope you enjoy it. Here we go. Our next piece is an arrangement by a man named David Holsinger, and he has written just a great number of wonderful pieces for high school, middle school, college level groups. This one is just a beautiful, beautiful arrangement. It's done quite a long time ago. It's entitled On a Hymn Song of Philip Bliss, and the tune is It Is Well With My Soul. So we hope you enjoy this. Okay, that was very beautiful arrangement. We hope you enjoyed that. We're going to move things up a little bit now. This next piece is from a man named Robert Sheldon, and it's entitled Southwest Saga. And he paints a great picture of the desert Southwest, in my opinion, in the music. However, this was actually written for a band in Florida, the Southwest High School or whatever it was. So, if you get a sense of the desert Southwest, I think that's what he was trying to do, but it was actually written for a Florida band. This is Robert Sheldon's Southwest Saga. Thank you. Let's hear it for John Clare and Nathan Furman. Direct on trumpet solo. Nice job. Wonderful song. Thank you very much. And just another reminder, as always, anytime feel free to get up and go check out what's happening at the Pie and Ice Cream Social or the Senior Center's popcorn stand. Tonight's pie servers are the Eleno Club. They have, I did go back there this time, they can make you a root beer float, they have ice cream, they have brownies and bars, and all kinds of pies covered so there's no bugs and stuff in it. And just go and support them, and it should be tasting really good, and we're going to go have a piece at intermission. Okay, and now we have a special treat. I always like it when someone from our group comes up and does a solo or conducts a piece, and that's just exactly what's going to happen tonight. So would you please welcome from the percussion section, Miss Kathy Wiseman.
Good evening. John Philip Sousa wrote many recognizable marches such as the Stars and Stripes Forever, Washington's Post, and Semper Fidelis. The piece we will perform this evening is a parade and review march written for Sousa's 1883 Marine Band. It contains the words right, left. Enjoy Sousa's Right, Left March.
Our next piece is entitled The Clapping Song. And I looked it up. It's by a man named Randall Standridge. He's actually got a couple pieces on this concert. And he said it's not any particular thing. It started out, he was just sitting at his desk tapping out this rhythm, which the whole band will clap a lot. They'll actually clap. And he didn't know what to do with it, but the rhythm just kept bugging him and bugging him. And so he started writing some notes to go with the music. And that's how he came up with this tune. So this is The Clapping Song by Randall Standridge. Thank you very much. We haven't heard much from the French horns in a while. I think it's time the French horns play some music for us. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think so. Okay, French horns, you got something to play for us? I think we do. All right, let's stand up, French horns, and let's see what you guys got. I think it's something called head, shoulders, knees, and toes, right? Okay. Yeah, the French horn section. All right. Nice job, everybody. So something I've always wanted to do was go whale watching, which I've never done. I thought it'd be really cool until I came across this piece of music, because this piece of music is called Sailing with Whales. And what it is it's a group of people that set out in a boat and they're going to try to find orcas, the orca whales. And when they find these majestic creatures, they realize they're swimming, and they're swimming kind of fast. And they're really swimming. And they swim all day, and then about sunset they kind of calm down and they just kind of get together in their pods and stuff. But then when morning comes, they get all excited and they really take off again. And that's what this music is supposed to describe. This is Sailing with Whales. What is an exciting piece, and we enjoy playing stuff like that. We hope you really enjoy this music. That's kind of brand new music for us. Anyway, we got one more to do before we take a break, and that means that it's time for the Children's March. So here's what's got to happen. We got to have, they're coming already. We got to have all the little children. That means children that may even be young at heart. Everybody that comes up here can march across the stage. Let's get all the kids, come on, let's get them from far and wide. I know there's some over there and there's some back there. Let's bring them all up here so we can have a good start to the whole thing. When the music starts, march across the stage as many times as you want. Wave to your parents, get your picture taken. Have a lot of fun. Don't jump off the end because you might get hurt on the cement. And whatever you do, please remember, don't touch the director.
I'm not going up there. I told you you can't sit on
to get. I'm gonna go get something.
Good, how's it going? They have fun on stage? Good, huh? They're staying, you're at the stage to play in a church. Yes. Yeah, just tell Dad, that's the stage I'm in, is playing church. Your nose? Is it dirty? Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. Oh. Good. Yeah, good tonight.
Okay, please stick around for intermission. We have the Red Cedar Sound Sweet Adelines group coming up for you right away here. As soon as we get set up, it should be great. Thank you.
I got pictures of you. Oh my God. It's going. You're not. Right by the lunch line. Right before lunch. So we had to redirect and we had to get ambulance in for her. Right with the bathroom. And I had to go get the bill and be like, you're clicking.
Doing a good job there, Jim.
Thanks. Good to see you. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Yeah, we came on last week too.
Okay, good.
Yeah, good. You're doing a good job.
Great, thanks.
So they don't get to I don't put up with the girl. I just like, they're like, why are you here? I am. But it's been going, I know, and I'm actually like how the trip fell, which is great. Then 2 weeks, because usually you have 2 weeks of break. 1 week, like when it's 4th of July. So it's one of those where we have 2 weeks, 1 week. Yep. And I'm doing first. So I'll have 1 week off. I'll have 1 week off and then we're back to work. I did the math. And I worked for the days before this one. So I'm really happy. They're just smaller, but that's fine. I'm not missing, which I am not like. Yeah, I don't like company. I have forgotten you gave me bus signs. For some reason I went art. So day one we had bus signs. You did throw art on there. But and I did it, and so I'm like, I forgot my signs, So day one we had signs, but not my number. And teachers were freaking out. Maybe he's really been fun. Yeah. Can you walk
Greetings, this is the Red Cedar Sounds from all over the place. Meet so we can co-fact and practice, and we'd sure love to have any of you ladies out there interested in singing join us. You know, that first song we sang, It's a Good Day, it sure is a good day. Oh my gosh. And this next song I call our happy song. You'll see why in a minute. Right? Hot diggity dog. Hot diggity dog, diggity boom, hot diggity dog, diggity boom, what you do to me, it's so new to me, what you do to me, hot diggity dog, diggity boom, what you do to me, when you're holding me, our last song of the evening. Thank you for having us. It's a delight to sing for this big crowd. So thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and singing. Thank you so much for coming and singing.
Yes. Yes, I know that.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying. We're going to start things off with a kind of a little bit different march. This is entitled The March of the Belgian Paratroopers. Okay, we're going to change things up quite a bit. This next piece is called A Baila La Cumbia, which is actually some Latin type dance music. And this is kind of another brand new song for us, so we hope you really enjoy this. And if you want to do a little Latin dance by your chair, I won't be disappointed. So here we go.
That's what my class is. I put my class on. Selfie. It shows you the that's nice. Yeah, I will send the trucker. Nope. Just Maryland.
Okay, before we go, I just remind everyone that we are here every Tuesday night in the summer through the first week of August. Next week is Patriotic Night. You're going to want to come to that. Bring a friend. Let's fill the park. Hopefully we'll have some really good weather for that, and a lot of fun and some good entertainment. We got a lot of things planned for that. Let's see, I don't know if there's anything going on yet for pie sales or whatever. Might want to just check that out and see if you can pick one up for breakfast. Other than that, yeah, it's good to see everybody, and hopefully we'll see you again next week. Our last piece is entitled A Symphonic Portrait. This is Irving Berlin, A Symphonic Portrait, and it's some of his best tunes you're going to hear. There's No Business Like Show Business, Say It With Music, Alexander's Ragtime Band, The Easter Parade, White Christmas, and God Bless America. We hope you enjoy this. This is Irving Berlin's Symphonic Portrait. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ludington Guard Band, thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much.